Was? Da hat was geleuchtet? Ne. So, einmal. Dann könnten wir hier durch. Hier oben ist ein F. Geh mal geradeaus weiter. Da ist der Skull. Ganz genau, wäre ja nicht authentisch, wenn ich mich nicht mindestens 5-mal verlaufen würde. So. Da ist rot. Yo, I want to talk to you.
Am I re-
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Rufus, bist du krank? Ja, du hast Blutarmut. Wir haben was gegen Blutarmut.
Do you need help?
A real doctor caring about me. That's a first. I feel like a real person.
I'll see you later.
Nein, ich habe mich verdrückt.
Do you need help?
A real doctor...
A real doctor treats everyone the same, Rufus.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
Verstehe ich irgendwo.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough?
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
Oh, es ist tragisch, wir sind alle allein, du sollst vorsichtig sein.
This city has abandoned so many of its children. It's tragic.
I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
Armer Kerl.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
These whispers of monsters got folk gossiping and scared. It's people they should fear. Flesh and blood.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
I know.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in?
Hallo Devilsbite, ich hoffe es geht dir gut.
Please don't stay too long, sir.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, erstmal ausrauben.
remember the last time
Ah, kommst gerade von der Arbeit. Fleißiges Bienchen.
So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
Dr. Reed ist so massiv, dass er die arme Miss Fishburne fast komplett verdeckt.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter, and no one will bat an eye.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Ah, die Leute damals schon, das ist schon echt tragisch.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
Oh je.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
Ja, das stimmt allerdings. Sehr gütige Frau. Muss man schon sagen. Sehr, sehr gütige Frau. Aber wo ist der Hund begraben, Mrs. Fishburne? Warte mal, da hatten wir durch, da hatten wir durch. Okay, ich will mir auf.
Goodbye, Miss
Machen wir
Fishburne.
nochmal.
Take care of yourself.
Ja, das klingt doch sehr gut, Devils Bite. Langes Wochenende. Wupp, wupp.
It's locked.
Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen.
Wo ist denn der kleine Rufus? Ach, da.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
Okay, mit dem auch nicht
So
mehr.
long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
Vor allem, wenn der Postbote schon Angst kriegt, wenn du ihn an der Tür empfangst und er dann deinen Blick sieht, wen du aufs Paket schielst. Und er sich nur denkt, oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott, eine Irre. Ja.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions. Or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Okay.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
Okay, sehr negativer Mensch.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
What the hell? Erkältung?
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Okay.
Do you require medical assistance?
That's something I didn't expect to hear again. A doctor concerned with the health of his patients. Yeah. I could use some help. On several matters, in fact.
Dann hier.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal people.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people's trust.
Was zu tun?
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Was zu tun? Okay. Sehr seltsamer Typ, ja. Ich mag den Mr. Fishburne nicht. Blutige Halskette von Seymour für meine geliebte Mutter Stella.
Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard.
Dafür hat er hier einen riesen Massaker angerichtet. Ullala. Wir sollten ihn vergraben. Devils Bite, du machst zwar einen Witz darüber, aber das wäre wahrscheinlich sinnvoller, wenn wir ein bisschen mehr von seiner Geschichte erfahren. Wo ist denn der jetzt? Mister, ich habe Sie gehört. Ich weiß nur nicht wo. Ah, da hinten.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
Entschuldigung, dich belastet nur, dass du die Kette unter Leichen gelassen hast und nicht, dass da Leichen sind? Sie kennen keine Reue, sie verdienen kein Mitleid, ich möchte sie verstehen.
As a man of science, I'd like to try to understand why you killed those people.
Why does there need to be a reason? They were just there. It happened. That's all.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Ja. Tell me, why do you kill the people?
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
Also ich sag's euch mal so, Jet. Wenn ich böse spielen würde irgendwann, oder wenn ich jetzt böse wäre, ich glaube, er wäre einer der ersten, die ich töten würde. Einfach so, weil er hat halt einen Nerv getroffen.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
Ich glaube, ich muss euch gestehen, bei meinem allerersten Run, der schon ein bisschen her ist, habe ich ihn, glaube ich, auch tatsächlich getötet. Deswegen weiß ich auch, was mit dem Äußeren passiert von Reed, wenn du ein böser Vampir bist.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum, I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Don't you think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Ja, du kriegst so blutrote, schwarze Augen, also die werden auf jeden Fall dunkler und du wirst blasser und deine Adern, die man jetzt eh schon ziemlich stark sieht bei Reed, werden nochmal stärker. Das heißt, du wirst blasser und die Adern mehr schwärzlicher. Also man sieht dir praktisch kilometerweit an, dass du eigentlich genauso fast aussiehst wie ein mutierter Wulkot.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
Und das hat mich genervt, dass man ihm das ansieht, in Anführungsstrichen, aber irgendwie reagiert das Spiel auch da nicht drauf. Also da ist es relativ konsequenzlos, wenn er dann rumläuft wie so ein verunstalteter Eckon. Also er sieht jetzt nicht wirklich großartig anders aus, lediglich seine Augen verändern sich und die Hautfarbe und die Adern. Der Tod ist keine angemessene Strafe. Ich verstehe Ihr Dilemma, der Tod wäre eine angemessene Strafe. Oh, das ist jetzt schwierig. Lässt man ihn leben, tötet er weiter. Gibt man ihm den Tod, entflieht er dem Ganzen. Das ist ganz schwierig. Ich verstehe Ihr Dilemma auf keinen Fall drauf. Ja, würde ich ja gern, aber Dr. Reed, der nutzt nicht gerne Make-up.
I don't believe death is the appropriate sentence for murder. Not in a civilized society. But the last word has to remain with the law.
There is no law around here. No justice to be found. In these parts, revenge is the only answer.
Revenge ist die only answer und ich hasse dich für den vergaggelten Hinweis. Mann. You are a bad, bad boy.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Mr. Fishburne und wir haben einen Hinweis vergackelt. Aber egal, Chat, das wird noch öfter passieren. Man sollte das entspannt sehen mit den Hinweisen. Hallo, Rufus. Klopfen wir erstmal bei Mrs. Seymour und geben ihr die Kette.
Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reed. Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in
Also,
these parts.
Chat mal so zu vorstellen, wenn einer bei euch nachts klopft und sagt, hallo, ich bin Dr. Reed, ich bin Arzt, dann würde ich sagen, tschüss und Tür zu. Alle, die Scrutinized gespielt haben oder wissen, was für ein Spiel das ist, werden es verstehen.
What can I do for you, Dr. Reed?
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Was für eine Episode.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Nachts bei Devil's Bite im Garten hört man nur so dumpfe Geräusche, weil sie sich alle beide versuchen umzubringen.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
Ja, als Mutter ist man da im Zwiespalt, aber wenn da das eigene Kind jemanden tötet, ich meine, ist da nicht irgendwo die Grenze erreicht? Ich weiß nicht. Sie sind nicht verantwortlich, sie können ihn nicht ewig bemuttern, das muss aufhören. Ach egal, wir haben eh schon alles vergeigt.
I understand your pain, but you cannot mother him forever.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child, and he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Oh boy. Er trägt die volle Verantwortung. Das menschliche Gehirn ist voller Geheimnisse. Als Wissenschaftler wird man sagen, damals das Gehirn ist noch nicht weit genug erforscht gewesen. Psychische Erkrankungen waren damals noch nicht anerkannt. Ja, ich würde das nehmen.
Science has only just begun to investigate the mysteries of the human mind. Currently, we have more assumptions than fact.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Okay. Ein Hirnmaß haben wir leider vergackelt. Macht aber nichts.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
I can't remember the last time.
Wohin geht er denn jetzt? Wie kann ich da... Was? Ach so. Was? Hä? Ich bin verwirrt, Chat. So viele Hinweise. What should I do? What should I do? Okay, wir machen den Hinweis erstmal.
Don't you think Miss Fishburne is nice to us? But I always have the feeling she's hiding something. For now, you're still the only real friend I have, Jack.
Oh, wie süß. So, kann ich euch noch belauschen? Please? Ja? Die verarschen mich doch. Wohin soll ich denn da? Wo? 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 Da war ein F. Hä? Die Ver... Chat, ich glaube, die verarschen mich. Nee, nicht das F, dann mache ich ja die Tür auf, aber ich will die ja belauschen. Muss ich da irgendwo weg? Würde ich ja gerne die Taten, wenn die ja irgendwas machen würden. Will die auch nicht belauschen. Ich glaube, Chat, das ist ein Bug. Gut, reden wir erstmal mit Rufus, weil der hat ja jetzt einen neuen Hinweis. Ach, das war jetzt merkwürdig.
I so love to gaze at the
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
Irgendwie finde ich süß, dass er eine Ratte als Freund hat, aber es ist halt traurig.
How come you consider it your only friend?
I found Jack when he was a baby, alone amongst dead rats. Poison, probably. He was the weakest, but he survived. Just like me with my parents.
Like you and your parents?
When I was 8, my parents died in a car accident. Rumour says I didn't get a scratch.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember the accident?
No. I was little back then. It's been a blurry mess and very quiet in my head ever since.
Okay.
How have you survived? Did anybody take care of you?
I don't have any family left, really. Except for the good Mrs. Fishburne. She's like my family now.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
Am I really cursed? It would explain so much.
Ich würde gerne den dritten Hinweis machen.
Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne.
Of course.
Lass uns einfach rein. Der ihr Herz ist immer noch schnell. Soll ich mich vielleicht in der Wohnung verstecken?
What can I do for you, Dr. Reed?
Da ist nichts.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
Wenn er mir wenigstens sagen würde, wo der Eavesdrop-Punkt ist. Da hinten? Okay, I'm ready. Ich stehe jetzt hier hinten. Kommt hervor. Gut, wir warten jetzt mal, Chat. Vielleicht löst sich das noch auf. Wäre zumindest echt cool, weil dann hätten wir einen Hinweis. Come and take a seat, Miss Fishburne. Tell me. Irgendwas passiert? Okay. Ja. Wir warten. Wie Sie sehen, passiert nichts. Sie bewegt sich. Sie bleibt stehen. Komm schon. Wo ist denn Seymour? Ah, gut, Chat, wir warten jetzt nicht länger. Genau, wie Sie sehen, sehen Sie nichts. Muss ja nicht sein. Ich höre nochmal Herzen klopfen. Da passiert aber was, Chat. Da bin ich mir sicher. Diesmal schon.